Brought to you by Penguin.
Judges, Volume 3, by Michael Carroll, C. E. Murphy, and Zena Hutton. Edited by Michael Carroll. Read by Akko Mitchell, Jeannette Robinson, and Olivia Forrest. Introduction. Now, I've never harbored a desire for power, as far as you know. But if I did have the inclination to become a dictator, I mean, a glorious, benevolent leader, I know how I'd do it. First, I'd create the concept of the herd and repeatedly tell all the people how lucky they are to be part of that herd. The best herd in the world, in fact. No other herd even comes close. Then I'd start pointing to the people I've decided are outside the herd and make a big deal about how they want to take what we have. They're jealous, you see, and dangerous, for they are savages. How do we know they're savages? Well, if they weren't, they'd be part of our herd already, right? And those savages are willing to butcher every one of us if we're not on our guard. If we drop our defenses for just 1 minute, we are toast. And I don't mean enticingly crisp toast, fresh out of the toaster. It'll be cold, limp toast that's just landed butter side down on top of the dog's fluffy blanket. And that's it, the formula for seizing power. Make people scared, then offer them protection in exchange for their unquestioning loyalty. It works equally well for nations, businesses, sports teams, and religions. There are those who will resist, but it's easy enough to silence the voice of the resistance if you're the one in charge of the radio. Or if you can persuade everyone else that those who resist are lying or crazy. And the best way to do that is to seed the population with plenty of other loud, crazy people peddling their conspiracy theories and fake news. It's not easy to tell the wheat from the chaff if you've never been given the chance to learn what chaff is or what it looks like. That's a situation that should be familiar to readers of the legendary Judge Dredd strip that's been running in the British comic 2000 AD for the past 45 years. In the strip, the judges are hard-line, highly trained, brutally efficient police officers with the power to dispense instant justice. They're answerable to no one. If a judge concludes that you're guilty, they'll sentence you on the spot. You don't get a lawyer to fight your case. There's no appeals process, no leniency, no parole. It's a drastic solution to the problem of rampant crime, and the casual reader might be forgiven for thinking that the world of Judge Dredd, set more than a century ahead of the present day, is pretty far removed from our own. The thing is, chums, dictatorships almost never spring up overnight. They're cultivated over time, nurtured on a balanced diet of hate and lies and fear. Sometimes the new rulers are wolves in sheep-mode holosuits, sneaking their way into power. But just as often, they're motivated by some of those good intentions that will later be repurposed as flagstones on the highway to hell. The judges believe that they are a force for good, but then they're the ones defining what good means. Power corrupts, and the judges have so much power. But how do we get to Dredd's world from the present day? That's where the Judges series comes in, and, cheeky plug, its companion comic book series, Dreadnoughts. Taking the classic Dredd saga Origins as its seed, the first Judges omnibus is set in the 2030s, where the United States has been collapsing under the weight of crime, corruption, incompetence, and a legal system choking on red tape. A drastic solution is required, and that comes in the form of the judges. They present themselves as the answer to the nation's problems, but the truth is that at best, the judges are a Band-Aid slapped over an open wound. And most of the
Sample complete. Ready to continue?